One of the most famous and most reproduced images in the whole world is Michelangelo's fresco of the creation of Adam at what is it called? Sistine Chapel, yes. It's early for me. This is a short night. And I'm sure you're all familiar with it. It's the big one on the ceiling with God the Father on a cloud reaching down with his hand and his index fingers extended, and Adam is reaching up, and they're not quite connected, but they're about to be. And it's a reminder to us of God is the one who started it all. God existed before anything. He always existed. He brought creation into time and space and began this world and this universe and us, and gave life to man, right? And man was made differently. God spoke everything into existence. If you read the creation story, God said, let there be light. God said, let there be sun and moon. God said, let there be an earth. God said, God, all the word. It's the word generating everything. But when he made man, he fashioned him from clay with his own hands and then breathed his breath into his body. So man was made different because we are different. We are hybrids. God is pure spirit. The angels are pure spirit. That's the highest form of being, is pure spirit. And then you have creation, the mountains, the sun, the stars, the animals, all of it. That's material. Nothing wrong with it, but it's a lower form. Man is a hybrid between spirit and material. We're the only ones that are like that. And God always wanted to have a relationship with man. He made us to be his own. That's why we have an intellect and a will. That's why we're different. That's why we're created in his image, so we can choose him. Animals can't do that. The angels can do that, and they had one choice. And some of them got it right, and they're with God in heaven, and some of them got it wrong, and they're hanging in hell. But he always wanted to have a relationship with us. In the very beginning, he was walking in the garden with Adam and Eve. God was. And then when he creates a people for himself, the Israelite people, he was with them. He led them by his spirit through the desert. He would appear at night as a ball of fire and at day a cloud, and would lead them and guide them. And throughout the history of man experiencing God, God has always been there, but often in hidden and unseen ways. The prophets were the spokesman for God. They would tell the people what God wanted to tell them. Oftentimes not something they wanted to hear, but it was necessary for the good of their lives and their salvation. But when he does something new with Jesus, this is a way he's never interacted with man before. So rather than speaking to us through prophets, he decides, I'm going to send my son. He's going to become one of them. And one, he's going to show them how to do it, how to live like a good human being, divine person, but with a human body. And secondly, he's going to make his offering to me on the cross for all of humanity. And he can do that because he's God. So, this amazing day that we remember this, everything we see in the birth story of Jesus has very great significance. In fact, all the scriptures do, but you have to look at it. It's not just a random event that happened. A virgin birth took place. God became man so man could be with God eternally. And how does he do this? He comes as a baby. Small, hidden, defenseless, dependent. The God who made the universe came small, hidden, defenseless, and dependent. That's not how most of us would come. If we were given any plan we could have to come into creation to lead man, most people would say, I'd like a chariot of fire. I want wings of angels, myriads of angels on my right and my left. I want all the sky lit up in glory, and I will step down and take my throne. That's how most people would see coming into creation as God, right? God didn't, he is so different than us. He came as a baby so we would not feel threatened by him. Look how small I've made myself so you can embrace me. He comes with relative anonymity. The angels are aware and the shepherds are given knowledge. The angels are there to worship him and reveal that he's divine. These beautiful heavenly creatures are there to acknowledge this is the one true God. The shepherds are there to also worship him, but they're showing up as shepherds to the one shepherd who will shepherd all of humanity. And so these are his people that he's stepping into that role. They're also there symbolically to let us know he will be a good shepherd. And then he's rejected by humanity immediately. No room at the inn, no room at the inn, no room at the, go down the street. We don't got room for you. Good Lord, she looks pregnant. We don't want her making a mess of the room. No, go outside to the cave. So they go to the cave or the stall, whatever it was. And that's where they have God enter creation through the beautiful Blessed Mother, but in a relative stall for animals. And he's placed in a manger where the animals would be eating. That's his first bed, is a manger. A trough, you could say. What is he trying to tell us? He's trying to show us this is what humility looks like. That I would come down and place myself in these circumstances to let you know that the most important things in life are not material wealth and power and influence. That's not what I'm coming to do. Look at me. I'm in a manger with animals. So he's telling us, take a step back and reevaluate your living. Are you living like the Holy Family? Are you putting God as your first priority in your life? Are you worshiping the way the angels and shepherds did? We should be worshiping him every day. He's the only one worthy of it. So God announces boldly not just who he is and his nature in Jesus Christ, but who we are. Because when he took on human flesh, he's telling us, no, this now is how you should be living, the way I'm living my life, the way my mother lived her life, the way St. Joseph lived his life. And you got to realize when he left heaven as pure spirit, as the Word, which became flesh in her womb, when he returns at the ascension after the resurrection, he goes back with a human body and enters heaven and it's like, look, Dad, it's me, and I got a body. You know, like forever. He's going to have a human body for all of eternity. That's how much he loves us. That he would bring a body back to the throne in heaven and sit on that throne with a human body. This is why Lucifer rebelled. Because he looked at us as such a lower form of life that how dare you lower yourself down to those mere human creatures. And yet he didn't flinch. He said, that's the plan, I'm doing it. And he did it. Today, the greatest gift you can give Jesus is your heart. Give him your heart. Ask him to transform that heart into the heart of a saint. That you would be so empowered by his grace that wherever you go, people are attracted to Jesus and want to join his kingdom. That's the greatest gift you can give him. Spend time with him today. Love him, serve him, adore him. Make your life all about him. And I would say also, it's a day to honor Our Lady, who fulfilled her plan perfectly. And the fruit of that plan we celebrate today, her son, Jesus Christ. So spend time with Mary every day, asking for her prayers as our Heavenly Mother. And finally, be sure to define yourself by how God sees you, not the world. There's many people in the world that want to redefine who we are. Don't listen to them. The only one that you need to listen to is God, the Trinity. They want to define you by the way they made you, and they want you to know that the way they made you is perfect, beautiful, and you are unique, irrepeatable, and so special that there's only one of you, and they want you with them in heaven forever. So define yourself as God sees you, his beloved son or his beloved daughter. And look beyond the pain and suffering of this life, the dashed hopes, the disappointments, to how God truly sees you as his beloved son or daughter.